But this is like the greatest thing ever. Lately, it was so hard. It was so hard a little while ago that there wasn't any filming going on.
No.
It was, only way to go was in the creek, because if you went up into the bushwhacking, you couldn't get through. So I bet, what do you think, 2 miles of pure Boulder Creek scrambling after the Narrows. Just really, really hard. Moderate to strenuous. We're currently at the Horse Camp trailhead of French Creek. We're just about to start, and our mission is to start here, end here. Right about in here is where it really gets interesting. The trail kind of disappears. There's Fisherman's Flats, that's a way out if you're ever in trouble. But right in here is where the Narrows are. That'll be really interesting. And I've been talking about this one for quite some time, scouted it out a lot. I've talked Sunny into coming with me, so she's going to lead me through this. Should be a great adventure. We'll try to kind of show, I'll just kind of document it so you can see what it looks like along the way. There's a little squirrel up there on the hill. We've seen buffalo, antelope, wild turkeys on the way in. And here we go. Less than a mile from the trailhead. Still on kind of a dry trail. Won't be dry for long. But this is how it begins. It's funny having our feet be all dusty right now, because they're going to be sopped in the very near future. Okay. We are currently at the first creek crossing, the first of well over 30. We are still on the combination of the French Creek Trail and the Centennial Trail. Not even a mile from the trailhead yet. Here's the first time we get our feet wet. And there is no sense in worrying about it, because they're going to be wet all day. All right, she made her through creek crossing number 1. We are not going to have numbers for these. There's too many. There's over 30. I got my feet wet. This is the second creek crossing, and my theory is that used to be a bridge. This junction here is important, because we're currently on the Centennial Trail and French Creek Trail. If you go to the left, you end up on the Centennial Trail. If you go to the right, you're on the French Creek primitive area, wilderness area. End up at Legion Lake. If you go up there, we're going down there. This is the beginning of the French Creek Trail without being in combination of the Centennial Trail. Okay, we just crossed our third creek crossing. We're on the French Creek Trail, and here's the deal. It's easy. I shouldn't even have to make this video, because right there it'll tell you how to do the French Creek Trail. There's the directions. Actually, the real directions are follow the trail until it disappears, and then follow the creek until you find a trail again. That's a huge, I didn't know what that was. That was a huge owl or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't, but Trail's pretty much a trail. We're looking for trail crossing number 10. We're not quite to 10 yet, right? Going along pretty good here. This is creek crossing number 11. Pretty much a trail with the creek in the way so far, but we're getting closer to the narrows. We'll get there. This is really a cool hike, good canyon, beautiful day. Can't beat this. Creek crossing number 15. Creek crossing 23. Number 23. Here she is at creek crossing 34. There went a tree. A tree just fell.
Oh no.
Whoa.
That would be interesting if they can get through that.
What we've done to get to here is we've hiked on pretty much trail with a lot of creek crossings, and exactly 34 creek crossings, one mud bog. I think we're about 9 miles from the trailhead. We're 8 miles from where we left the Centennial Trail. Lots of canyons, wildlife, seen all kinds of things so far. We're about to enter the water feature zone of the trip here pretty soon. That trail is the French Creek Trail. That trail is Fisherman's Flats Trail. And through them trees is where we're going to go. And pretty much the trail for quite a while is going to become no trail and a creek. So we've left the trail, and there's sort of a way through here, but there's really, you got to expect not a real well-designed trail, because this is kind of what you got. You got to work your way through this area of dead trees and get back to the creek. And then a lot of times the creek will be the trail. So after Fisherman's Flats, you kind of follow sort of a trail. You can see it, you might not see it, now you see it, now you don't. And then you get a little further in now, Fisherman's Flats, and you just kind of figure out where the creek is and see what the easiest way to follow it is. You're about to enter the zone. Follow this down here.
We're getting there. We're not to the Narrows yet, but we're getting there. You'll see another waterfall. And it went up through there and it came around and it came out over there. This time I think we're going to go straight down and into that pool of water. I went up in there last time, but we're going to skip that.
Okay.
Awesome place or what?
Pretty. We're going to get down in that pool and then we're going over to this other side? Or?
So what we're going to do next is we're going to get in there. You're going to have to believe in me. And we're going to hug the wall and we're going to head over to the Narrows.
Okay.
I'll be right back. We gotta see if we can do it.
All right. That's not deep.
Okay. This'll work. Be careful in that hole in front of you. I know, I think that's deep right there. All right. Na-na. Na-na. The Narrows are straight ahead. Na-na. 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 You're blazing the trail to the Narrows. The Narrows are straight ahead. Get to that side somehow. Huh? Whoa. Alright, let's go that way. We'll get there. We'll get there. So anyway, this is the Narrows we're trying to get to. And I think this is probably the best trail. Alright, here we are, deep in French Creek. Do you need a hand? Yeah, you just follow the edge real tight, you'll be fine. Told you it was going to be exhilarating.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm just like, all right.
Here we go. Look at these Narrows. So what we can do is we can get in right down there, and it'll drop off way over your head right there, and then you can swim over to there and hit that ledge and go around, or you can get in right there and it'll drop off immediately, which is what I think you'll like, and then you can float over. That spider wants to be in the show. You can float over there. I'll show you. Now, this is why this is interesting. Because we got to get from here to around the corner. Alright, we're getting ready to ford creek crossing of the Narrows. And we're going to go right in there and go right on through. And there's all Sunny getting ready. She's got her purple life vest on. We're about to get wet. And it is over my head. That camera up there is really good.
I should have recorded you.
Hey, so I did the first thing for a fact.
Yeah.
So you know that the water is how you could. So I got this from right there, walk this, and one more over there.
Yeah.
So like two little holes.
And there's like a ledge right there too, right?
Right here, it's deep. I'll show you.
Yeah. Nice. I can do this. I could probably swim all the way
You
around.
can get on the ledge.
Huh?
You can't stand here.
No. So you want me to come over there now?
Okay, now. Yeah, I think I'll help you through now. I'll come back. Just leave anything you want.
I think I could just do it with this.
Oh yeah, you can. It'll work.
Yeah.
Come on!
What I don't want to do is think about sliding. I'm going to go straight.
Well, then you slide with the over here. I'll show you the ledge. Here's the ledge. All you gotta do is get to this ledge, and then you can walk, and then you go on. What you can do?
I don't know. Oh, I can do the ledge. I'm like floating. That is crazy
Maybe both of them. I hope so. Whoops! No, what else? I left the water bottle over there, right? Go get that. Okay, we just perused the Narrows, and I'm going back in. I'm going back in. The reason I'm going back in is my battery died, so I put a new battery in this Olympus, and I'm going to get you a good view of what the Narrows are all about. Right now I'm in over my head. You can float it though, but it's over your head right here. And then as I come around, here, not yet, still over my head. There's a ledge right here. So, the beautiful thing, if you don't swim well, is there's this ledge right here. So I'm going to walk on this ledge. It looks intimidating when you're up there, and it kind of is. But it's real deep on my left-hand side here. But as you can tell, I'm walking, not swimming, in the Narrows. Now, I'll give you the full tour of the Narrows. When you get to right in here, you got to be able to swim or be like that, or have some sort of flotation device. So that's that. There's my lifeguard. She came over here because I do get muscle cramps. And if I get muscle cramps in this spot, it wouldn't be a good idea. Now I got to find my ledge again. You swim along the wall here, you'll find the ledge. And then you stand up. Ah, muscle cramps. And then I'm up. And we're going to leave the Narrows now. I've been kind of infatuated, possessed with doing French Creek from one end to the other and getting through this Narrows thing, and we accomplished that. And I had to put a new battery in this because I think my battery died when I did my great moment. Okay, we're going to get dried off now and hike out of here. Look at her go. So son, you come around here, you can stay on this ledge, and then right into where she's at, you're going to have to swim. Whoop, right here is where you're going to have to swim. So it gets deep right here. This is what it's all about. getting out there a little bit. She is a wonderful woman. She followed me through this and she don't know how to swim. Oh.
I got this life jacket.
Okay.
Life vest.
Oh, that was excellent. So happy. I don't know if we got it on film or not, but we tried. Here's the beach.
You can just float down the front.
So, if you're ever considering doing French Creek from west to east, when you get to right here, it's going to be interesting. Alright, got to get going.
It's when you try to get through these rocks.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a lot of rocks here. Just go up there, and then we're going to go to the left. When it gets hard walking, we'll look for a way to the trees. This is what I call not exactly a well-traveled trail. You know? Yeah. The people that we met this morning who wanted little bridges every time they saw a creek maybe wouldn't want to follow this trail.
No.
This whole Sunny here is trying to find me a way around this waterfall feature, and she did a good job. This ain't exactly a well-marked trail.
Let's stay this way?
Either guess is good as long as they both go around that big rock. What does it look like to you? Oh yeah, this will be good. Yeah, this is great. What do you think? Look, that wasn't good. I'm going to swing from the vines. Okay, let's stop and analyze. Much fun yet. So, this is where we quit counting creek crossings. We're going to count how many times we go up on the land pretty soon.
Right.
We're not in there because it's a little bit of a jungle. We're going to find our way through here. There she goes. Alright, so is this the trail?
Yeah.
Is that the trail? Is that the trail? This is awesome. Well, we're quite a ways past the Narrows. Been doing boulder hopping through the creek. I'm currently up to about my big belly in water. I've had a great day. We hiked into the Narrows, floated the Narrows. Now we've been boulder scrambling and stuff like this because it's so overgrown up in the land, or like that, or it's just so steep. So, and I know that up here in a little ways up here, we'll be able to get up on land and then finish this thing out. We're both getting really tired, but it's really cool. Lucky to be here. So, I gotta film this part because after you cross the Narrows, that's basically the trail. Until you get to where we're almost to. But that's what the trail looks like. And there's some more trail right there. Yeah, so that trail's clearly marked. There it is, some more. This is, when you leave the creek, it doesn't get much easier. Because then you got bushwhacking. This is thin bush. There's some bush that was amazingly thick.
Crazy.
Oh, I don't know, we got to go back in the creek, I think. I think the creek is the answer. Off with. We're nearing the west end of the French Creek so-called trail, and we're not very far from the end of this, and this is what you got for trail. This is it. There used to be a trail. You can see remnants of it a little bit, but it hasn't been used or maintained in a long time. So it's really more of a French Creek wilderness area, not a trail. And it's like a 2-mile trail, creek sludge, or what would you call it? Creek hiking. Creek boulder scrambling. That was a tough section there. But this is like the greatest thing ever. Lately, it was so hard. It was so hard a little while ago that there wasn't any filming going on.
No.
It was, only way to go was in the creek, because if you went up into the bushwhacking, you couldn't get through. So I bet, what do you think, 2 miles of pure boulder creek scrambling after the Narrows. Just really, really hard. We made it, and we're going to start hitting dry. We got dry ground now. Pretty soon we'll hit an actual trail. But wow, it was rugged. Right? Rugged.
Yeah.
Okay, people, if you want to do the French Creek Trail, it's French Creek Trail. Throw the trail word out of it after about from the horse camp. After you get in about 8 or 9 miles, when you hit Fisherman's Flats turnoff. Once you get to there, forget the idea of having a trail. It then becomes an adventure. And by golly, in the middle of it, you'll wonder why. And when you're done, you'll be proud of yourself.
Yeah. I'll be on the patio drinking a beer.
In a little bit, I'll be on the patio drinking a beer, telling everybody how great I am. So right now, we got to get out of here without getting hurt, and we are tired. I'm afraid to get my feet wet crossing this creek up here. So, I'm going to shut this off. So, there's the last hiker. Remnants of the last hiker that tried to do the French Creek Trail in one day. Wow, we've been trying to find the old trail, which is now not maintained and overgrown. And gosh, I think this is it. I hope we're on it for all the way out now. Crying out loud. This is as good as it's been. This is the best trail we've had since we left the Narrows. It even kind of looks like it might have been a trail. Believe it or not, I found the trail again. Here it is. Here it is. You talk about an overgrown trail. Jeez. This is rugged. Okay, after all the trials and tribulations of hiking a long ways in, crossing the creek 34 times, then having to swim the Narrows, and then Boulder, Scramble, creek crawl for at least 2 miles, and then getting the trail disappearing and getting caught in the jungle. We're near the east end, and you get the happiness at the end of a nice trail like this. So you get to walk in your glory to your car when you realize that you made it through this challenge. And if anybody thinks getting close to the end.